All right. So, as I was saying, the mandate that God put on my life in June of 2014 was to teach my people how to be healthy in their bodies, souls, and spirits so that their faith may increase. What I learned as a kingdom entrepreneur coach is that we must put in ourselves in the system and the principles of the kingdom in order to be successful because the world lost its way. The systems of the world are failing everywhere, mainly because people are not healthy in their minds. But in order to receive information in your mind so that you can be productive and you can achieve what God purposed you to achieve, you also have to be well in your body. Because if you're not well in your body, you're going to need prayer from somebody else. You can't pray for yourself. You can't serve people. So, we have to take care of the vessel because that's what God uses to work through. His kingdom is in us, but he has to be in us in order for his kingdom to be manifested through us. So that's what we're doing, but we have to keep this healthy or we can't do it. We can't like serve other people and they can't then become healthy in order for them to live their lives on purpose for the kingdom. Okay, because we don't care about the kingdom of darkness. That's going to go away one day, but while we're here we have to subdue that and promote God's kingdom. Okay, so with Lifeway, what I'm seeing is that you have this amazing technology and this amazing product. And yet, what Pedro Adao, the leader of this, and by the way, he calls it 100X Academy. Why 100X? Because we are blessed. We are multiplied, 30, 60, 100 times. That's why he calls it 100X. He says, in the kingdom, there are no shortcuts, but there is acceleration, and you get acceleration by being mentored. So you have to be mentored. Okay. Jesus discipled the apostles. Okay. So he just replicated that. And once he did that, everything opened up for him. He's got thousands in his membership right now. And that's what I'm seeing for LifeWave. This is something that has to be, like, I believe, promoted in a bigger way. And the reason why I think the challenge method could work is because it's based on things that aren't normally used in the advertising market. It's not just a one-time thing. Okay. You are creating a group, you're creating a sustainable group where it becomes a community like you have now, but it's contained within LifeWave. So I don't know how you're bringing people in right now, but a challenge is a method that works like this. You and I wrote down some notes because I'm like, how am I going to explain this to them? Because it's so much information, but it's a very simple process. You invite people in through a paid advertisement or a free advertisement, but you use that advertisement on Facebook. So the thing that needs to be done first is the advertisement. And what you're advertising for is the product, because typically you can advertise for a product or a service. Okay. You are doing both. Oh my goodness. Once they get the product, you got to serve. All right. And it's that serve part that will be able to be, this is an outlet for you to do that in a bigger way, in a more organized fashion, so to speak, so that a group could benefit or an individual person could benefit from the service. So anyway, start with the challenge. The challenge is you do a series of teachings, like say 1 hour a day for, you pick, 2 days a week, 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week. So in other words, it could be a 5 day challenge. It could be a 3 day challenge. The word challenge came from you're being challenged to show up, get the information, and then put it to action. Okay. And the way that we use, once we make that advertisement on Facebook, it would sound something like this. I'm inviting you to, I just played with this, an ageless living challenge. Okay. For a healthier and longer life. And it's going to take place March the 3rd through the 7th at 7 p.m. in the evening, where you will come for 1 hour and get information on how LifeWave products and service will radically change your life. If you want that, and then you go on, because the other part that you learn is that you have to appeal to a certain group of people, because with his market, and he's a marketing genius, but he's a kingdom marketing genius. So he's not out to sell anything. Okay. He says you cannot convince somebody to buy anything, service or product, because if you try to convince them and they do it, then they can also be unconvinced. He says what you're doing is you're showing them a way to get to where they already said they wanted to go. Different mentality, so that you get rid of the rejection process of, wow, they don't want what I have to give them. It doesn't matter whether they want it or not. You're only talking to the people who already said they need it.
So repeat that to me. Show them then the way that what?
You're showing them the way to get to where they already said they wanted to go. Okay, so like take Ryan. Okay, you want to fix your strike that. Take a woman that I heard say, I need to get my migraines under control. Okay. And what you would say to them is say, I have a way to do that. So there's no convincing. They already said they wanted to get rid of their migraines. You already have the answer. Okay.
What
So
I
you're
like that Sister Vicky does every time we meet with somebody, and excuse me for interrupting, she always says, what do you say, honey? What is a specific point that
What
you want
is
to?
it that you're willing to accomplish with this?
Mhm.
right. Right. So they've already stated their need. And now you're going to provide them with the solution. So when you're advertising on your paid or free Facebook ad, because the way Facebook ads work is you can either put a monetary value on the ad when you go through a business account in the marketing page for the ad. When you go there, you could put money in, $5 to $10 per day, maybe more, depending on how big of an audience you want to attract. And once you do that, you have to also tell them, these are the people I want to market to. And for example, you might say, you want to address the tired and stressed. Are you tired and stressed? You know, is your body failing you? You know, things of that nature. You put in words that will, in the marketing realm, in the algorithm, that's what Facebook does. They'll go out and everybody that's on Facebook, and then there's another way with the reels on Facebook where they will go above and beyond your stated audience. They'll go public if enough people look at your reel. That's what I learned. Okay. So there's Facebook ad and there's reels. Reels are very short. They're very short, and you do like, I think, 90 seconds. But you can put a button on it that goes to another page that gives more information. So that's a sidebar. But with the paid Facebook ad, or you can make it free, you can make it most challenges these days are free. And what you do is you give them that content for those numbered days that you want, for that hour each day. But the day before it ends, you make them an offer. Okay. Now, with this being a product, see, the product is a means to the end. What you're really offering them is a way to stay healthy longer. and not be limited by the aging process of the body, because your product is going to take care of that. Then, so your focus is, this is a means to where you want to go with wanting more years in your life, reverse some of that aging, get to what you need to be doing on purpose for God and his kingdom. Okay.
I'm
So
gonna give you kudos, Sister Maria, with your client. We're not gonna say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. He called me today and he's ready to do the cellular regeneration. And I've noticed a trend with him. And I think this is because you have accomplished that in him. He calls me once a week and he tells me how he's doing. We have a
Good.
nice conversation about where is he looking forward to do. We were very specific at what he wanted to do. That challenge that he wanted to do seems like it's working and is working really well. So before it ended this weekend, he called me. He says, I want to do something better. I want to do something radical. And I said to him, well, I'm glad you asked. Now we can do the cellular regeneration protocol. And so he's really excited about that. He's got the products. I sent him SP6 so that it can complete the whole thing. And he's really excited. Now, the reason I'm saying all this is because you have established that with him. See, he's your client. So he's already accustomed. The teaching, the times to call is always at a certain time when he's available. And so all this had got me really excited. And I told Sister Vicky that you wanted to meet and to do this meeting like this, because I truly believe, and I talked to Brother Roy, Rick, and Lorenzo, and they're all on board with that. They said, this is absolutely phenomenal. This can take our business to the next level, because we're no longer chasing people. People will come and look for us. And that's what we want, because they don't have to be chased away. See, most people say, after I'm done this, what then? Am I finished? Do I need to do any more products? And that's where your offer comes in. What do you, after your specific deal is taken care of, whether it's headaches, stress related or whatever, what is your next process? Would it be timeless aging? And that's where we can get them with X39, X49, and all the other products that we have. So you created something I don't think it's unbeknownst. I think that God has ordained this for you for such a time as this, so that you have come into our business and you can give us all the necessary tools, all the steps, all the alignment. And one thing that you said was very important, Sister Maria, is simple. When you keep this simple, everybody can duplicate it, right?